Oh, that looks dangerous. I'm going to move that before we get started. But welcome to another episode of What David Does, where we're going to be building something today, and I'm only going to be trying to use hand tools. So this is going to be a bit different because I've got a few interesting items here I'm going to use, this being one of them. And so this is like an old school style drill. I've never actually tried to successfully drill a hole with this before, but I've always wanted to give it a go. It's going to be heaps harder than a normal drill. Then we've, of course, have trusty handsaw, and that's all we're going to be cutting stuff with, and a hammer. So what we're actually building here today is just going to be a very simple box shaped like this. I don't know if you can really see, but it's just going to have four sides. It's going to be butt jointed together here. And then I'm going to run a rope through here. So that is where I'm going to have to drill those holes. So I'm going to have to drill 6 holes through a solid piece of timber. And I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. So I'm hoping it works out well. And let's see how it goes. I'm just setting the cameras up here so I can make sure everything's in the frame. And let's get into it. Okay. So safety protection first, get some gloves on, and let's get into it. Don't try this at home. And first we're going to have to start by cutting our timber. And I think we're live and we're on. And yeah, we seem to be working. Everything seems to be good. And I have been having some issues with seeing the chat, so apologies if I'm a little bit delayed in seeing that. But I got 2 screens set up this time to kind of hope that we get rid of that, except now I've got volume on this iPad, so I'm just going to turn that down. 1 second, guys, and then we're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun here. And, okay, that's better. Oh, no. This is definitely something I'm still working on with the lives, but I know you all came here to see Carpentry Olympics, and I appreciate you all for joining me tonight. So let's get into it. And let's get cutting. So we're going to need 4 bits of timber, and those bits of timber need to be 350, 350, and 280, because 350 minus 70 is 280, so that'll still give us a perfect square. And I have everything here I need, I hope. Hopefully I'm going to try and be nice and organized, and I guess I should face this way. And let's see how we go for the first version of What David Does Carpentry Olympics. And tape measure is important. Quick warm up. Yeah, so let's cut those 2 at 350 first. And let's see, 350. Ooh, the saw stool's a bit kind of. All right, so we're going for 350 first. 350. Can we get 350? How long is this first one going to take us to cut? I'm not really sure. I don't normally cut many things with a handsaw these days. Sure you're aware everything's done with a power tool, but let's see how we go. Clamp that on there and grab our saw, and let's start chopping. I hope you can see me. I think you can, based on what I can see here. But let's just focus on this, and we're cutting. We're away. How long is this piece going to take us? The saw's bending like crazy. The saw stool's wobbling around, but we're getting through. Woo! I don't know how they did this back in the day. No power tools. Woo! Okay, that's 1 piece of timber at 350. We're going to need another one of them. And thanks to everyone who's joined us tonight. Piece of timber landed on my foot. Good thing I have steel caps on there. And let's. This isn't working, which is slightly frustrating, but that's okay. We're going for it. And we're going to cut our next one at 350. Here we go. Another one at 350. And it's going to get hot, so I guess at some stage I'm going to have to take my shirt off, square that up, clamp that back on. We'll cut our next one at 350. Then we're going to have 2 at 280 and clamp that on. I think the gloves are just too complicated at this point, so we're going gloveless and use that thumb to get it started. And here we go. Keeping the hands back. Still cutting with a good flow. Oh, this one's getting a bit harder. Kind of going off the line a bit. There we go, number 2 at 350. We've got one more. So that should be 2 at 350. Let's have a look how precise we were with our cuts. Oh, not too bad. That seems to be pretty close. Now we need 2 at 280 to build this thing. And 2 at 280. So hoping this piece of timber is long enough. I'm pretty sure it should be. My maths is somewhere near correct. So this time, because I've got both ends, I'm going to mark one from this side at 280, one from the other side, because we want to keep things moving. We want to keep things quick. So there is things to watch here, and we are trying to build something with no power tools. And I've got some different kind of tools here. If you've just joined us, I'm only using a handsaw, a hammer, and this old school drill. So that's going to be interesting because I've never successfully drilled a hole with this drill, and we're going to need to be drilling 6 holes with this tonight. So stick with me, guys, and we're going to get into that right after I cut these next 2 bits of timber. I'm going to use my speed square here, and we're going to mark this with the pencil, and then we're going to clamp this down, and we can cut this. And I guess maybe we're going to cut this, and then we'll flip it, and we'll cut the other side. So these are the 2 at 280. We've already got 2 at 350, and it's 280 because 350 minus 70 is 280, and we're going for it. Here we go. How long is this one going to take us to cut? Getting there. Woo! It's getting hot. Getting hot. That's coming off. Just like back in the day, I'm sure they work topless. Like real men. Here we go. There we go. That's my 280. We've got one more at 280 to cut. Slide that one along there. Ooh, love that smell of timber. Careful. And get that one started on the line. Then we'll whiz through this one. Then we're going to have our 4 bits of timber. We've got 2 at 250. This will be our last at 280. Ooh, gone off the mark there a bit. And slightly messed up that cut. Let's see. How we go? Here we go. Appreciate your support, guys. Thanks for joining me here. This is my live sub count in the background. And hopefully now we have 2 at 280 and 2 at... Here we go. So there's those 2, and that's these 2. And I guess technically this is how we know if we've cut them right, because we want to build a perfect square, and the timber is 70 mil wide, so 35 plus 35 equals 70. And here you can see that as we've cut them, that is going to make the perfect box. So now we're going to have to start drilling those holes, and we're going to have to mark out the holes first, and then we're going to drill them, and we're going to drill 6 holes. We're only going to drill those holes in 2 bits of the timber, but we need to drill 6 holes, and we're going to be drilling those holes with this thing here, this hand drill. And I've never used a hand drill before, but I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm hoping it goes well. And first we're just going to mark it and try and evenly space it, but we're under time here, so I'm not really sure how that's going to go. But let's use this to mark in from the ends, and then once we mark one, we can just transfer those marks to the other one. Okay, so let's see, what have we got here? We've got 280, so we've got to go even spacings for that. So that would be 7, 14, 21. Is that right? 7, 14, 21. 280 divided by 4, 7, 14, 21. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's right. And then we use that speed square. We'll square those lines across, and then we'll mark a center line for that. And then we can mark that onto the other timber, and we can start using that hand drill to drill those holes. So let's see how we go here, making sure that I drill these holes in the right spot, because I'm going to be using that hand drill. It's going to be super difficult. I'm not really sure how it's going to go. I'm hoping I'm not here all night to drill those holes, but let's see how we go. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you joining in. And let's see. So it's 70 mil wide, so half of that is 35. So we go 35 and 35 down here, and then we're going to do that old trick how you get the pencil like this, and we whiz it along here, and that gives us the dead center. And now we know our holes are going to be drilled here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and we're going to mark that on this other timber, and then that is where we're going to drill those holes. So I've just got that same reference line 35 in from the edge of the center of that timber, and then let's go here, 1, 2, 3, and now we have our marks on this timber, which maybe it's a little bit hard to see on the camera, but we have the marks. We are going to start attempting to drill our first hole here, and we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to clamp this piece of timber down with this monster clamp, and we will see what happens here, guys. I'm not really sure if it's going to be successful or not. And I appreciate your support. I've seen the numbers moving since I've started, which is my live sub count behind me. So hit that button if you want to see more stuff like this. I don't just do carpentry. I do all sorts of things here on What David Does. But let's see how this goes. Trying to drill this hole with this hand drill, which this is going to be a battle. And I should probably check that this is going to be good enough, because this little sketch we have here shows what we're trying to make. So it's 4 bits of timber, and then I'm going to put a rope through it. So I just want to make sure that this drill bit is big enough to thread that rope through, which this is my rope here, and I don't really think this drill bit is big enough for this rope, but we might do this drill bit first, and then go with this bigger drill bit, because if I do a bigger drill bit, I think it's just going to be too hard, because we're drilling by hand. We're doing it old school. We're keeping it real. And let's see how we go here. Drilling this first hole. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I can't believe this is how they used to drill holes. Oh, man. This cannot be the most efficient way to drill a hole in a piece of timber, but we're giving it a go. We're keeping it real. We're trying to keep this energy flowing. If this thing doesn't break on me, it's just jamming up and it's binding, and we are having some success. Let me show you. I don't know. Oh no, I don't know how well you can see this, but I've kind of managed to get most of the way through this timber here. I'm probably halfway through, so that's a good sign, because I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to get any of the way through this timber. Quick drink break. All right, let's go. Here we go. Let's get it through. Let's get it done. I'm probably like 50% through at this stage. And this little drill, I don't know, like, you got 2 handles here on this drill, right? But you obviously can't hold both handles and use that unless you were to like use your foot or something, which maybe we'll try that soon. I don't really know. What do you guys think? We got 6 holes to drill. This is going to be brutal unless I can find a different way. I've got some different drill bits I could maybe try and use, but I mean, effectively this would be good for beating eggs, and I think that's about it. Come on. Oh, I think we're through. We're through. We made it through, guys. Have a look at that. First hole done out of 6. And so we got 5 holes to go, except we're going to have to widen each hole. But I think I'll go back through. Maybe we'll do like 1 piece of timber, then put the big drill bit in. Okay, so we've got to shuffle this along with the clamp it back down, and then we'll drill through again and see how we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. The drill's stuck. Oh, thank God for power tools. How did they build things like this back in the day? So apparently this is how they used to drill holes, and I don't know, I was just, tell you what, I wouldn't be keen to turn up to work if this is how. Come on. There's got to be a better technique here. Oh, I think fast is better. I was pushing down really hard on the last one, but I think you got to go faster rather than harder. I don't really know. It's a bit of both. It's kind of, and surely that's a better position. I can't hold on to that because it's just going to fall over. So I think that's the right idea. But let's see. I think that first hole probably took me about 2 or 3 minutes. See how long this hole can take me. Oh, oh, it's super difficult. I don't know if there's an easy way to do this, but maybe next time I'll try a different drill bit. I've got some different drill bits over here, like spade bits. Maybe a spade bit's better, but this is just like a conventional drill bit at this point. We're trying to drill through. We're doing Carpentry Olympics here, so we've cut these 4 bits of timber by hand. Now we're using this hand drill to try and drill through them by hand. We're going to thread that rope through at the end and create some kind of box, creating a somewhat square here, and we're going to hammer it all together by hand as well. However, we're just trying to get through this with this egg beater drill. Oh, this is just, I want to chuck those gloves on to maybe give me a bit of grip, because slipping all over the joint here. And it's nearly easier to drill through steel with a normal drill than this thing. Looks like an egg beater, doesn't it? Like, thanks for joining me tonight, and appreciate your support, friends. Oh, I think we're nearly through. It feels like it's binding up a bit. That must mean we're nearly through, I think. Come on. Oh, This is hole number 2. Hole number 2. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that's so close. Whose idea was it to use this thing? I mean, this is just a terrible idea. Oh, yes, we're through. That's another hole done. Successful. And we got one more hole in this piece of timber, and then we're going to have to try and enlarge them, which everything's easier with power tools. But this thing is just so difficult. Come on. We can do it. There we go. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, look at that. The number. I've never had 400 before. Who's going to be number 400? I appreciate that. And we've got one more hole to drill through with that hand drill. Woohoo! 400. Thank you, friends. All right, let's go. Can we do another hole with this thing? I don't want to say bad things about it, but I can't believe how far we've evolved from this to drills with a cord to cordless drills, and I just think it's unbelievable where technology's come, that this is how they used to drill a hole through timber. I mean, maybe there was different types of drills, but this one is just, you know, oh, I couldn't imagine drilling 20 holes. Like, you know, like some days people drill hundreds of holes, right, with probably one of these things or a normal drill, but I couldn't really imagine doing this 100 times. I mean, we're going to be doing 6 tonight, and I'm on to my 3rd hole, and I'm already pretty gassed. I mean, this thing would be hard enough just to beat eggs, let alone like drill through a piece of timber. And dare I say it, but this is fine, so it's a softwood. I'd hate to try a piece of hardwood because you'd be here all day. I'm sweating right now. I'm trying to get this thing through, and that's about halfway through. That's one hole, and we've still got another. We've got to enlarge these holes so that rope is actually going to fit through. But and we're building a box here. Once I finish this hole, I'll show those who have just joined what we're trying to build. But ultimately, we're trying to build something here that's come on, we're getting there. We're trying to build this, and we're trying to drill holes in it, and it's getting very difficult. It's getting harder the further it goes along. Maybe now that I'm through, I could I think I'm going to get my foot incorporated into this. Maybe like toe up there or something at some stage. Might try that on one of the next holes. Oh, come on. Oh, that's like 3/4 of the way through at this stage. And I mean, just have a look at this thing. It's rickety as. Look at this. It's rickety as, and like, it must just be an antique. Maybe it's not even a real tool. Like, maybe the tools I had back in the day. I haven't actually done any research on this, but this is just what I've been presented with today. And God, it's just like, this cannot be efficient. Your boss should be so mad at you. We're through another successful hole. I'll show you those 3 holes, and then we're going to try and enlarge them a bit. Oh no, it's stuck. Come on, let's go. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see, can we I'll show you those 3 holes we've drilled for those who have just joined. So we're trying to make something here out of solely hand tools, and we have a handsaw, we have this egg beater drill, and we've successfully drilled 3 holes, and we have another piece of timber to drill 3 holes into, and then we also have this rope. Now I'm going to have to find a drill bit that's big enough for that rope, and I'm just going to double check this is all working, but I think I might need to move a little bit this way because it seems like I'm not quite in the frame enough. So let's go this way a bit. Appreciate you joining in, guys, and coming here tonight. What's happening? What's everyone up to? And let's see how we go. Appreciate your support up here. And okay, so I need to get a drill bit now that's going to be big enough for this rope. Hey, Ali, thanks for joining us. Okay, you know what? I didn't grab a lighter, but maybe to melt the rope. But I'm going to need a drill bit that's big enough for this rope. So we need to enlarge that hole now. Or actually, while this drill bit's in here, let's drill the 3 holes through this first, and then let's see how we go. Thanks, guys. I constantly notice when those numbers change. I appreciate me and motivates me to keep going here. And let's get that energy happening. Let's drill another hole into this. I'm going to move that away from the bench a bit. Egg beater drill. Let's see how long this hole's going to take. Is anyone timing this? I don't know, but ultimately, using an egg beater drill. Oh no, that hole's a bit off center. How do you fix that? Oh, man. Could you imagine if someone turned up to work with one of these drills and was like, I'm ready to work, guys. Oh, I wouldn't have a job for long. Let's go. Oh, trying to drill this hole through this pine here. And we're about 10% of the way through. Coming up to 20%, I can feel it. I think I've got a good rhythm. I feel like bouncing with the knees maybe helps a little bit, but I think once you get to 50% of the way through and that drill bit starts to bind a bit, I find it gets a lot more difficult. And the hard thing about this is I'm gonna have to do this twice on each one because this drill bit's not big enough for that rope to go through. But I think if I go any bigger on the drill bit side, it's not quite going to be enough. Come on. Yeah, that knee bounce. I think that knee bounce is the thing that's going to work. Oh. Come on. Can we do it? Can we get through this piece of timber without passing out? Because quite frankly, at this point, the egg beater drill is just horrific. And I have no idea what year this was like invented, or I know nothing about this, although I imagine this is how they used to drill holes one day. And this is just terrible. I don't even know if my drill bit is going to fit into this thing. Oh, that's a good rhythm. Maybe standing like that. I mean, there's obviously technique to these sorts of things, but I don't really know what that technique is. And how's your day? This is like, surely this is harder than working a full day as a tradie. Like, I mean, all right. I reckon let's incorporate the foot. I'm going to put my foot up here and see if I can clamp my toes around that. So my toe can hold onto that, like that. And then I can hold with this hand. Nah, that's a bad idea, isn't it? That's not going to work. Terrible idea. That didn't work. Oh, I definitely need a break. But let's keep going. We're going to keep it real. We're trying to drill through here. And once I finish this hole, I said that last time, but I'll show you what I'm actually trying to build. And I appreciate your support, guys. This is my live sub count behind me. I hope you can see that. But hit that button if you want to see more fun stuff like this. We do things like this all the time. We're constantly doing weird things. It's not just carpentry here on this channel. It's hardly carpentry, if I'm honest. Oh, so hard getting through this. Oh, I'm probably like 70% of the way through at this point. Coming up to 80. Can we get 85, 90? We're through 100%. Oh, yeah, definitely getting better at this. I mean, going in reverse just doesn't seem to work on this drill. Here we go. That's what we want, and this is what we're trying to build. So 4 bits of timber, butt joins together like that, and putting rope through it. We're only doing it with hand tools today here. So that was hole number 4, and we still got another 2 holes to go here tonight. And we got even larger holes. So this red rope here is actually going to fit through it, but shake the hands off a bit for a sec, and we'll get into it. We'll drill that next hole, then we got to enlarge each hole, and we'll see how we go. So the egg beater drill is just horrific, but that's what we're here to do, and that's what we're up to, and we're just gonna persist here. And I'm kind of worried I drilled a hole in the wrong spot, but I think we're good. Okay, so we're away. It's definitely hard getting it started, and that one's off the mark a bit, but come on, let's keep going here. And I'm using the bench to lean on at the moment because I'm so gassed. This is only hole number 5. We've got 6 holes to do total, but we're going to enlarge each hole. So I kind of feel like I got to do each one again. And I'm kind of worried that as I go through here, it might, as I go through with that bigger drill bit, if I'm not able to turn the drill bit, I don't know what I'm going to do to actually be able to get that rope in. But come on, let's go, friends. Let's get this done. Let's get it through. And let's get cooking with this. Oh, guys. The pain. That's probably 20, maybe 30% through. It's kind of really hard to tell how far through you are with this thing. But it's a bit wild. But this is once upon a time how they drilled through holes. And I mean, it's one thing to do it with softwood, but doing it with a harder wood that's denser and harder to drill through Like, I don't even think the drill bit would start with this thing. Like, maybe this is more like a hobby thing. Like, oh no, I've got a bolt coming loose here. Oh no, that looks important. I might need to get a screwdriver to do that up, because if that bolt comes out, this whole thing's probably going to fall apart. I don't really know how these things work, but let's get a screwdriver out of this toolbox, and I just got to do this little bolt up on my drill, because maybe it's not made for this. I don't know. Maybe it was made for something else. But yeah, I imagine we don't want that coming loose. Maybe that'll actually help things. Maybe it won't be as wobbly. No, still terrible. Okay, let's go. Hole number 5 out of 6 tonight. Pencil's falling on the ground. There's sawdust going everywhere. Not really. It's going very slowly, but we're getting there. Egg beater drill, and this is tough. This is definitely harder than I thought. Woo! Come on. You know what? They probably didn't even have fancy clamps like this back in the day. Did they even have clamps? Like, I mean, what's helping me here is that it's clamped. Normally, like, I guess if you're drilling a hole, you probably wouldn't even clamp it. You just hold it with your other hand. But, I mean, you need both hands and even maybe someone else to hold that for you. Or maybe you put that in your mouth. No, it's a bad idea. That's gross. Okay, let's go. Nearly through. I think we're 80% of the way here. 90% of the way. Let's keep that pace up. Fast is good. Fast is good. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, the handle's coming loose. Oh, what a thing. What a thing. How did they do this? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Come on, come on. That's probably 80% of the way, I'm hoping, at this point. Oh, and I wish like you could just bang that down to get that through, but nah. Yes, 100%, 100% of the way through. Whew, hole number 5 out of 6 for this thing. We're trying to build with using only hand tools here. And that hole is very much on the angle. I don't know if you could see the trajectory of that, but it's going down like that. And it's not really what we want, but I've got one more hole to drill. That'll be hole number 6. I don't know how long we've been doing this for, but I reckon I've averaged like one hole every 3 to 4 minutes, and it's just brutal. This will be our last hole, and we can get building onto the next stage of this. Come on. Appreciate your support, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have just joined us, we're trying to build this box with rope threaded through it using only hand tools. And I guess the only piece of modern technology I have here is this clamp. So I don't think they had these quick grip clamps back in the day. And probably even this drill bit is like somewhat advanced, because it's probably like cobalt steel or something, whereas who knows, maybe the drill bit's made out of timber back then or something. But we're getting there. We're getting it done. And maybe if I try and get like up onto this and get like a bit higher, get a bit more, maybe that's better, a bit more pressure down. It's weird because like drilling through timber isn't like drilling through steel. So it's not like you need weight, but new position's kind of nice, but it's just very inefficient. I think speed is key. Keeping it moving and fast, maybe like a normal drill, is what you want. And that's what we want. Yes, I think that's successful. That's successful. That's what we want. That's what we want. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, this thing's coming loose now. This is certainly not made for it. Okay, so hole number 6, I think I've slightly worked it out. And what we want to do is go really fast, trying to keep it straight and a little bit of pressure down, but not too much. Trying to emulate a real drill, I suppose, in this scenario. And hole number 6 is giving me grief. Maybe that's just a hard bit of timber. I'm not really sure, but come on. Okay, it's kind of hard to get that speed up, but the speed is definitely the key in trying to drill this with this egg beater drill through the softwood. It's just pine, so we can do it. You know we can do it. Oh, that's probably, it's like 60% of the way there. That last kind of 30-40% seems easiest, but this hole, I think I've hit like a knot or something. It's definitely a hard bit of timber. Come on. I'm hot. I'm sweating. And I cannot believe this is how they did carpentry. once upon a time. I don't know how compared to other people trying to drill a hole with an egg beater, but this is certainly, there we go, 100% of the way through. That's what we want. That's what we need. That's what we want. We've drilled 6 holes successfully with this thing. And I don't want to say bad things about it, but we're not really friends at this point because I still have to widen these holes. And what I didn't think about was that widening a hole is sometimes more difficult because that's when the drill bit combined. And I don't even know if it's possible at this point with that thing. So I've got this rope here that I'm going to be threading through those holes. And I'm going to need a drill bit that's slightly wider than what we just did. And that kind of scares me because this chuck is only so big. So I don't even think much of a bigger drill bit's going to get in there. And it's also really weird to undo this chuck. I'm hoping it's not jammed on. Oh no, that came off. So that's it's kind of a close-up of this thing if you just join me. And it's very rickety. I think it's more an antique. Like, I'm surprised one of these cogs haven't just busted off. But let's get a bigger drill bit so we can thread that rope through, and then we can actually hammer it all together and finish building our box. That's probably not big enough still. Oh, this is scary because the bigger I go, the harder it's going to be. Just got to find a... Oh, that's the one. But is that even going to fit in this chuck? I'm not really sure. Let's have a look. Oh, yes, it fits. It fits. But now the next question is it actually going to work? Am I actually going to drill through? I'm hoping this is easier because that's how it works with steel from what I've heard. But I don't know. Don't know if it's going to be the same with timber. Whew, so let's see. Oh, no. Oh, no. Backwards is no good, obviously. And forwards is somewhat impossible. So this could be bad. Because I promised you our design here. Just 4 bits of timber put together. And I just don't know. Oh! What a thing. That's not going to work. I might have to go smaller drill bit and then go up to the next size. Like slightly bigger. All right, we're going to try slightly bigger. I think that was too big of a jump for this little thing. So we're trying to drill a hole here with this egg beater drill. And, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad because it's not going through. And at this point, if I can't get through, I don't know what I'm meant to do for this project. There's a problem. There's a problem because I was banking on this and I thought it would be too hard to start with a big drill bit, but now to get another drill bit through, it just seems impossible. And the only thing I can think of is to hit it through with a hammer. I mean, you're not really meant to do this. Oh, that's just going to get stuck. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. Any suggestions, let me know. But I'm trying to get through here, and I'm not really sure. How to get through because all we're using is this egg beater drill, and it's not super successful. But I mean, I don't want to have to drill a bunch of other holes. I guess the other thing I could do is put that same drill bit back in, and maybe just try and like round it out a bit. Where is that drill bit we had? Sorry guys, bear with me. We're gonna get drilling. We're gonna get into this, and we're gonna work it out one hole at a time. Ah! Ah! Oh, I just heard it crack. I think this thing wants to break. It hates me because it's certainly not made for this. But the only thing I can think of is trying to get the rope. Maybe if I burn the end of the rope, it'll go through the hole. But I'm not really sure if it will. I might have a lighter here. Don't try this at home. But I hate this. I hate doing this. It stinks. Fumes. If we burn that rope, then we might be able to get it through the hole. So let's burn it and melt it and see if that hole's big enough that we've made. But I'm not really sure if it is. And we still got to nail it all together. So far we've cut the timber by hand. We've drilled 6 holes by hand. Oh, it stinks. We've oh, I hate that. I hate fumes. And unfortunately, at this stage, this rope doesn't fit through those 6 holes we worked so hard on, which is disappointing. But the only thing I can think is, I don't want to say it, but maybe drill another 6 holes from scratch. And it might be what we have to do with this bigger drill to start with. And I don't even know if this thing can cope drilling another 6 holes, but we're going to give it a go. Because that's what we came here for. I promised you guys that I would build this. And when I say this, it's 4 bits of timber with 3 holes drilled in each, joined together, nailed. We've cut everything by hand. We've drilled 6 holes. However, I started and I drilled the holes too small intentionally because I thought starting with a big drill bit would be too difficult. However, now I'm snookered and I can't get a bigger drill bit through those original holes because it's binding and grabbing. And we're just going to have to drill another 6 holes here from scratch. So, except I think the chuck's broken on this. It's not doing up, which is a concern. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. So supposedly this is how they drilled holes back in the day with this old thing. And look, it was a good invention. Like, you've done well, my friend. And that drill bit's bent, or something's bent, which is going to make things really difficult. But let's try and drill another hole next to this, and that'll determine if this is a good way to do this or not. Ooh, that's actually not too bad. Maybe that last drill bit I had was blunt. Oh, no, this is terrible. Okay, so what I found from the last 5 holes that I drilled is that speed is key. And you want to keep it moving. You want to keep it fast. Oh, except the bigger drill bit is just owning me. I mean, let's try a spade bit. I do have spade bits here. If you don't know, so this is a conventional drill bit. I'm sure, like, most people know that. These are spade bits, which are called spade bits because they're shaped in a spade, effectively. But maybe I give one of them a go because the bigger drill bit that's big enough to fit our rope through isn't exactly big enough. And we're going to try with this spade bit now and see if that's any better. Normally, like in a normal drill, spade bit flows through really nice. But I'm not sure with this old antique. I'm not saying bad things about it yet, but we're not really friends at this point. I'm not sure if I can go through with this a bit easier with the spade bit. But what I found with using the normal drill was speed was key. So let's ramp it up. Let's get that happening. And let's see if we can go through with the spade bit, 8mm bit, through this block of 70 by 35. Then we're away. That's probably 10% of the way. And so far, I reckon that's possibly better. Certainly possibly better than the other bit. And I really don't have to drill another 6 holes, but it may be the only way. You know what I'm going to do at this point? I'm actually going to check to see if the rope's going to fit through because I don't want to make that. It wasn't a mistake. It was an intentional. Yeah, so the rope definitely fits through an 8mm hole. I think we drilled a 4mm hole first. 8mm hole is definitely harder, but we've changed from a conventional twist drill bit to a spade drill bit, and it seems to be working with this egg beater drill. Okay, here we go. Speed is good. Speed is key. You want it flowing nice. We've got to keep it steady. It's a very fine balance here between speed and precision, because like if the drill's going like this, I'm finding it's harder. So I'm trying to keep it upright. Earlier I tried to put my foot up there and hold on with that hand, because I guess if you had one person holding that and another person winding that, it'll be easy, but no one's gonna help you to drill a hole. So we're on our own here. I mean, oh, that's a bad idea. It'll probably hurt your teeth. Come on. Can we do it? That's probably 50% of the way, and we're away. Can we get to 60%? 60%. Yep, that's nearly 60% of the way through. We've got to keep this flowing. We've got to keep it moving, and we've got to keep it going so we can get through this in our Carpentry Olympics here tonight. We are trying to build a box with only hand tools, and we have, unfortunately, 6 holes to drill through, which we already drilled 6, but we need to drill another 6 because the first ones we drilled were too small, and this egg beater drill is not my friend at this point, but we're trying and we're getting it done. And we've got probably 60% of the way through here, friends, and we've got to get a bit more. And I'm not really sure if there's a better way to do this, but supposedly this is how they drill these holes, and I just don't believe it, because there must have been a better device, because this is just absolutely brutal. But we're going. We've got to keep the speed up. We've got to keep it happening, because you came here to watch things happen the old school way, and that's what we're doing. We cut these bits of timber. Yes! This spade bit is definitely the way to go. Oh, guys, that has just made my day, and I hope it makes yours, to know that possibly maybe this wasn't the problem. Maybe we need to use a spade bit all along. So I'll come up to the camera and I'm just making sure that rope fits through. I just got to clean that hole out a little bit more with this spade bit. And I'll show you the difference between a spade bit and a regular drill bit, which is probably not what you're here for, but that's what we used that time. That's what we used the last time. So, like, I mean, who would have thought you wouldn't really use an 8mm spade bit much, but this is perfect for it. And just to make sure all those holes are in line, I'm just going to use that pencil and do that line trick. Let's go through here like this, because what we're building has changed. Because those first 3 holes we drilled were no good, and we've got another 5 holes to drill now reluctantly, because I've already drilled 7 holes total, whereas it was only meant to be 6. But we made a slight error, and we're going again, and we're underway, and the spade bit is definitely what we want. And we're probably 2% into the hole here, and some holes are harder than others because the timber varies in stiffness, but none of that matters, because all we have to do is just get through this hole, and one bit at a time, we're going to get through it. We're going to get it done, and I need a drink because this is so much more tiring than I thought. And my iPad's up here just don't really want to work, which normally just helps me see that I'm in frame, I suppose, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure I'm in frame. But let's go. How's it all going? What's everyone up to? How's your night? Appreciate the support. There's my lifestyle can in the back, and the gloves are definitely needed because it's pretty brutal in the hands using this old thing. But let's go. Oh, it's so hard. Dripping in sweat. Maybe you can't see, but I am quite hot. Ooh. Appreciate your support and joining me tonight. How was your weekend? Maybe it's just the start of your Sunday, depending where you are in the world. This is nearly the end of my Sunday here in Australia, and thanks everyone for joining. Hello, all those that said hello in the chat. And here we go, we're through. That's probably 50% of the way. We're trying to get through a bit further, and I cannot tell you how difficult and how tiring this is, but slowly we are getting through, trying to build this all by hand. And the spade bit is definitely friendlier and kinder, but I think I'm fatigued at this point because this is hole number 8, and we were only anticipating to drill 6, and we drilled 6. However, the rope wasn't big enough to go through because I thought starting with a big drill bit would be too hard. And here we are. Shake it off, and let's get back into it. Come on. Here we go. Trying to get through this, trying to get it happening here in the Carpentry Olympics. And I don't know if I'm winning. Woo! Just keep breathing, keep it rolling. And I did find that speed was the best thing you could do, except just hurt your hands. Hurt your hands a lot. Ooh, that is rough. That is rough. So once we drill these holes, which I don't know how much longer that's going to take, because at this stage I think it's been 40 minutes. So it's well over 5 minutes a hole. And hole number 8 here, so I guess that's about 5 minutes a hole. So once we do this, then we're going to put it all together by hand with a hammer, which I think will be the easiest part of our night. Actually, the easiest part of our night will be actually threading the rope through, which will be rewarding. And let's go. How'd we go? Can we do it? Can we get this done? We are trying to drill a hole here with an egg beater drill, and it's just terrible. I mean, if you've just joined me, this is the thing, and I'm showing you this because I also need a break because this is such a workout. I don't actually know what my heart rate is, but I'm just going to check that quickly. Heart rate is 108, and these are the weird things I find to get my heart rate up. And we're going to try and get through it. I appreciate your support, guys. And this is my live sub count behind me, and I see those numbers changing, and I appreciate it. It motivates me to keep going, keep drilling these holes, and I do fun things like this all the time. I wonder if I hit that with a hammer, if it'll help. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to try. Oh, that was a bad idea. It's like jammed in there. don't do that. Okay, I think this is starting to annoy me that this thing's getting loose, and I'm gonna try and tighten that so we can keep going. But I think I might have something in here, maybe like a pair of pliers, and I can, or maybe vice grips would be better for that. Let's grab the vice grips and we'll just try and tighten this thing a bit, because at this stage it's starting to frustrate me. So just got to wind this thing in, and then I can tighten this, because this handle keeps coming loose and slowing me down. But then I need it. Yeah. Now you're not going to come loose, are you? I'm worried that if I tighten it too much, it's going to this is going to snap, because this thing could not have been used to drill holes in a building site. I mean, your boss just would have sent you home before lunch. I don't even think you would have made it half an hour through the day if you turned up with this thing and was like, "I'm ready to work, mate." No way. And I don't know, the first spade bit hole went well, and I think that was because we had some speed. Let's get a bit more intensity happening here, and let's go. Can we do it? It's happening. It's happening slowly, and I'm getting tired because this is hole number 8 that we're drilling by hand, and we've still got another. After this, we're going to have another 4 to go, which I really don't want to do, if I'm being perfectly honest. And let's see how we're going. So I'm probably 50% of the way through this hole, and I don't know if I've hit a knot because it doesn't really seem to be going anywhere. And the only thing I can think of is maybe trying a different spade bit. Like, it doesn't exactly look blunt to me, but I'm just trying to get this through this hole, and it's not really working at this point with this egg beater drill, and the gear's jamming. It's really not happy. I don't know if it nearly feels like when you're drilling through a nail almost. Not that I know what that feels like on this thing, but the only thing I know is speed helps. Speed is key, and I don't know if I could hold that and drill from here, that would be ideal, but we can't. I just can't work out how. That's maybe a better position, but maybe dangerous. Oh, this thing is certainly making things difficult for me today, but we're getting through. This is hole number 8 of the box we're building. We're trying to do carpentry without power tools, and it sucks. I'll tell you right now, I think I'm nearly through. Oh, so you know when you're nearly through, when that tip of the spade bit gets through the other side and we're there, I'm tempted to flip it over, but I don't know if that's cheating because we didn't really set those rules. And my heart rate's over 100 here where we do this. And maybe that's why, because sometimes that last bit is hard. And let's just, yes, there we go. We're through. We're through. I'm not calling that cheating because anything works. I mean, I'm sure they would have done that back in the day if they had to. I mean, it was make it work. It was make it work, and we're not making a piece of furniture here. That's for sure. We are not making a piece of furniture. Okay, that's a very bad hole, but we're through. So we've got another 4 holes to do, and I appreciate you staying watching while we get into this. And let's drill another hole with that spade bit, but I might try a different type of spade bit because that last spade bit sucked. It seemed good for the first hole, but this is a twist spade bit, so I'm going to try this one in that egg beater drill this time. And I'm not really sure if it's going to be any better, but I'm hoping it's better because that one was just no good. So let's try this one this time. And I appreciate you guys watching here tonight. And I see someone's asked why I don't have a shirt on. I don't have a shirt on because I'm dripping in sweat. If you were here at the start of the live stream, I have my shirt on. The only reason I take my shirt off is to stay a bit cooler. Like, it's nighttime. I'm actually outside. Well, I'm in the shed and the door's open. It's only about 12 degrees outside. So there's not really much else I can do to cool down and except that. So here we're going. And this twist drill bit is just, nah, it hates it. So this needs a drill with a high amount of torque, and that is not going to work. That has not enough torque I don't know. Then we're going to have to go back to this Old Faithful. And unfortunately, we still have another 4 holes to drill. So let's try and speed it up. Oh, we've hit a soft bit of timber, which is nice. So it's amazing. You wouldn't really notice the difference in timber. And between, maybe I should give it a spray with some lubricant or something, because let's spray this. Maybe it'll flow a bit nicer. I'm not really sure. Whew, I hate the smell of that stuff. Okay, here we go. For hole number, well, what hole is that? I can't even remember how many holes we drilled at this point. But we're trying to build a box, and we're trying to drill through with an egg beater drill, and it is horrendous. It is horrific, because this is hole, we've got 3 holes in this piece of timber that we drilled all the wrong size. We've got another 3 here, then we got, so that's 6, 7, 8. This is hole number 9, and after this we're gonna have another 3 to go, and we're getting it done. And we're getting it done. Can we get it done? That's probably 20% of the way through, and I find speed is key. Keeping this upright is key, and this little knee bob also helps a little bit. For some reason, I don't know if it's a mental thing, but that's the best technique I've found. I got to remember that while I fatigue into this workout. So we're at 110 beats per minute heart rate, and this drill is probably moving at maybe less than that. I don't know how many revolutions I'm getting here in a minute, but it can't be much, especially with the amount I'm stopping. It's just difficult. I mean, I'm not really sure if there's a better way to do it. That's probably 50% of the way through here in this Carpentry Olympics. The first thing we did was cut 4 bits of timber with a handsaw. That was super easy, and I didn't think this would be this difficult, drilling through bits of timber with this thing, which is just not working for me at this point, because this is hole number 9 and we've got another 3 to go. We're going to drill a total of 12 holes by the time we get to the end of this, and I'm past a drink. I appreciate your support, guys. It's my live subscriber count here, and I appreciate those who are watching, getting it done. The subscriber count's just disappeared, so I'm not really sure what's happened. I'm gonna have to, I know why. Maybe I've moved it. Let me just fix that, because it's part of the fun here. But I'll just get that back up, and then we'll keep drilling. I need a little break anyway while we try and drill through this piece of timber with this egg beater drill. So here we go. That is not my hole. I've lost my hole I'm trying to drill through. 1, 2, 3. It's this one here. Hole number 9. We're drilling through tonight, and we're getting it done. Oh no, that thing's come loose again. We're going to need the vice grips to tighten it up. And I tightened it a little bit before, but I'm worried if I go too tight, because I find if I go too tight, well, I'm just worried I'm going to snap it. Because it just, sometimes I guess when you do up a nut, you're just not really sure if you're going to be able to. Come on. That's probably 50% of the way through. And last time when we got to the end, I just used a hammer to hit that last little bit through, which we're there again. So I'm going to use that hammer again, and we're just going to smash that through. There we go. As long as I can get it out now. Here we go. I'm just going to try and clean that hole out. Now, if anyone wants this thing we're building, send me, DM me on Instagram or something. Contact me in some form. And first person to contact me, I will post this to you. It's a high quality piece of workmanship here. And if you want it, send me a message and you can have it. Okay. So that's the back of my holes. It's not really that good. That's the front of my holes. We've built 9 holes, and we have another 3 holes to drill, unfortunately, tonight, and my live sub count isn't working for some reason. I'm not sure why. We're going to try and get that happening again. And in the meantime, we're going to have a little break. If you got any questions, let me know, guys, and I'll answer them the best I can. And we're going to try and drill another 3 holes very shortly. And the live sub count's not working, but that doesn't matter. You know what to do if you want to see more fun stuff like this. I do all sorts of challenges. Today's challenge is building this by hand. And I'm sorry if this is the 4th time you've seen it, but just a box. Very simple box. This would probably take someone with power tools less than 5 minutes to make. And then we're drilling 3 holes in this side, 3 holes in this side, and we're going to thread a rope through and we're going to hand nail it together. By far the hardest thing at the moment is trying to drill through this timber with this old egg beater drill. And we've drilled 9 holes so far, and the reason that is because these first holes we drilled were not big enough, and I thought I'd just easily be able to start with a small drill bit and work my way up, but the drill bit's binding too much. So now we have to drill another set of holes, and we've found the spade bit is better once you get up to like an 8mm size bit. So let's see how this time it goes when we try and use that egg beater drill to drill through this timber. Okay, so we've got that offset correct again. It's not going to be as neat as I hoped, but it's going to happen, and we're going to get it done. So let's see how we go here. Can we get this done? And my screens up here aren't really working probably, so I'm just going to double check that camera angle to make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing. And it kind of looks okay. And let's see how long this hole will take with the egg beater drill. We're drilling through hand here with this old thing, and I'm not really sure. I mean, I've seen like photos of guys cut down trees before with those old big saws and stuff. But after this, I'm definitely going to research if this is how they drilled holes, because this cannot be the most efficient way to drill a hole. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous that this is supposedly how they did it. I mean, I'm actually going to time the next hole so we know how long it takes. Because at this point, I'm just guessing that each hole is like 5 to 10 minutes, depending how many problems I get into. And I find that if the timber is a bit harder, it takes a bit longer. But we're underway, and we're probably 10%, less than that, 5% of the way into this hole. And let's see how long this hole takes. We're going to speed it up. The knee bob is the best technique I've found, except this thing's giving up, and I think the gears are breaking the more I use it. And it was definitely not made for this. Maybe it was just made to be put in a museum. Maybe they never used to drill holes back in the day and someone just made this as a joke. I don't actually know, but I'm guessing the drill started somewhere. And if it actually started here, I think that's ridiculous. And I tried the other type of spade bit, and that was no good. And this spade bit seems to be the best way, but maybe it's blunt. I wish I had another one, but I haven't hit a nail or anything. I think it's just difficult. I kind of lubed up the gears earlier, and they seem to just be slipping now and working worse. But I'm just hoping they can get us through this project. And that's probably 20% of the way through. We're going for 30%. Can we get 30%? 40%? 50%? Anything is good at this point. And I just want to get it done, I suppose, at this point. And want to get it done. Oh, that is just somewhat brutal. I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure, guys, why I've decided to do this tonight. But for some reason I have. For some reason I'm here. For some reason I had this idea of trying to drill through this thing with here we go. This is working again. And I appreciate your support. It's not quite full screen, but I can't remember how to do that. So we're just going to leave that there. So if you hit the button, that number should change, all things being equal. And I appreciate you guys joining me. And if you want to see more things like this, this is what I'm doing tonight. We are trying to drill through this piece of timber with this egg beater drill. And it is just, it's just maybe not a good way to end my weekend. I'll tell you what. Where's everyone watching from? What countries are you from? Let me know in the chat. I'll say hi. And eventually, oh, the gears are slipping. This is not good. If this thing breaks, I don't want to have to resort to some other method. You know what? Oh no. The gears are not happy on this thing. The gears are very not happy. The gears are slipping. The gears are... I lubed it up before with WD-40, and I don't know if that was a good idea, because at this point, this is just not a happy thing, and it's almost like this disc has come away from these things a little bit, but I can't see any way to adjust that. Ooh, hang on. If I tighten this, it looks like... Ooh, this pin here. I think I need to tap that pin in a bit. Yeah. Yes! That's going to be a game changer. Okay, so I'm learning a lot about this drill. So far, this handle's come loose. This screw's come loose. This thing looks loose too, maybe. Let's give that a little tap. And then we'll keep drilling, and we'll get into it and see how long this hole is going to take us while we're doing the Carpentry Olympics here. And I'm really not looking forward to the next two holes. Oh, that's drilling a heap better. Okay, so I've worked out that there's some little tricks to using this thing, which if I was... Oh, Jesus, got myself there. I wonder how many times people punch themselves using this thing. Come on. How long is this one going to take? For some reason, it's gotten really hard. I don't know if it's since I tapped that disc back in, but speed is key. And the knee bob. I've got to get the knees bobbing. Knees bobbing. Knees bobbing is what we want. And knees bobbing, I don't really know if there's an easier way to get it done than this. I've tried a normal twist. I tried a different drill bit. If you guys, can't really think of any other types of drill bits I can try. I tried using a smaller drill bit first and then going to a bigger drill bit, and that didn't work. But what seems to be working the best is that knee bob, and I think I've just hit another hard bit of timber, which is the worst, because currently I'm only 50% of the way through this hole, and we're trying to build a box. And how quick is a power drill? Oh, power drill would get through this in maybe like 2 seconds. I wouldn't say 2 seconds, but less than 5 seconds. And I haven't actually timed it. I'm going to put a stopwatch on for the next one and see how long it's going to take me to actually drill one of these holes. So at the moment, it's got to be averaging like well over 5 minutes. And this egg beater drill is just really not my friend here while I'm trying to do the Carpentry Olympics. And I'm just not really confident this was the drill they used back in the day. I think there might have been something else they were using. Someone can do a quick Google and let me know. I would appreciate that, because this just does not seem efficient. However, let's talk about workouts for a second, because my heart rate is 108, and someone asked earlier why I have my shirt off, and that's why, because, I mean, whether you guys were here watching or I was here alone, my shirt would be off at this point, just to try and cool my body temperature. And that's probably 50% of the way through, and I've definitely hit a hard hole. And maybe there's like a knot on the other side of this. No, it's a softwood, and I could not imagine. This is the other thing. Back in the day, they must have used hardwood. Anyway, let's talk about something else for a bit. So last night I did a live, and I was baking a cake, and that was fun. Tonight I thought I'd try this, and I've done some other ones. And if you guys have any ideas of other lives I can try and do, let me know in the chat, and I will do that. And I appreciate your support here, guys. I've noticed those numbers moving behind me, and it motivates me to keep going and get this hole done, because this is hole number, I can't even think, there's 6 holes there. So that's, hang on, no, there's 3 holes here, 3, 6, 9. This is hole number 10 that I'm drilling with this egg beater drill, and it is just brutal because I'm only 50% of the way through, and I'm definitely noticing the spade bit is getting blunter the more I try and drill this, and this thing's really starting to annoy me, and it keeps getting loose, and I've got to constantly tighten it. And I hope this antique's not worth anything, because I just seem to be wrecking it every time I put the vice grips on it to try and tighten this part But my problem is I don't want to tighten it too much because it feels like it's about to snap, or like the thread's just about to. See that just feels worse every time I'm trying to tighten it, and come on, let's go. Can we get this through? Oh, that's probably 50% of the way. Hole number 10 tonight out of hole 12. It was only meant to be 6 holes. And, I mean, I just think it's ridiculous. Oh, my hands are just killing me. Gotta like stretch out the fingers a bit. Oh, and then we'll get it done. All right, here we go. Got a question, chuck it in the chat. I think my iPads above me are working this time. I think they're very delayed, but I'll just keep refreshing them, and if I see a question pop up, I will do a guided aerobics workout. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that, hey? Guided aerobics workout. We could do that. I don't know if you guys would be into that. Let me know if Ali's onto a good idea. But it's got to be something better than this thing. I mean, you cannot tell me that this was the way. Now, I've started cheating. Yes, the spade bit is through. So once I'm feeling that tip of the spade bit through, I'm hitting it through with the hammer. And call it cheating, call it whatever you want. But I'm telling you, if you were using this thing, you would do whatever you can to try and get through. Now, if you want the finished product of what we're making here, find me on social media. The handle's the same. Find me on Instagram and send me a DM, and I'll post this out to you guys. It's going to be a high quality piece of furniture. Not really. It's terrible. I don't think anyone is going to want this. I would be very surprised if anyone says they want this. But we said we're going to time it. So let's time this hole, and let's see how long this hole actually takes this time. I'm just going to, I don't know the easiest way to do that. I'm just going to start a hike on my watch here. Okay, time is on the way. How long is this hole going to take us? Let's go with this egg beater drill, and any maintenance work is included in the time. It feels like it's about to snap. I don't even know if it's going to make it through at this point. We're 10 seconds in, and I'm less than 10% of the way. That goes to show. And this is the technique. The knee bob, bob, bob. Keep it going, guys. We've got to keep it going. And I need some motivation. Send some love in the chat. Tell me what you're up to, because that is going to help me keep going. And I finally got the iPad working so I can read the chat. It's a little bit delayed, but it'll be closer to what I was doing earlier. So that's 44 seconds on one hole. So definitely a normal drill would do this in about 5 seconds. Maybe let's try a jump. Let's try anything. Heart rate's 92. Heart rate's dropped a bit. We had it 110 before. And the hardest thing with this is fatigue. I think hole number 1 was easiest. And then, by the time we're at hole number 11, we've got a good technique, but we're fatigued. And I'm going to actually try and swap hands, which is something I haven't tried to do yet. But this handle keeps coming loose, and we're under time. It's been 1:23 to drill hole number 10. And I don't really know. In 1:23, this thing feels like it's about to fall apart. And that screw's come loose again. Any maintenance work is included in the time. And I've lost that screwdriver. I put that screwdriver somewhere. Screwdriver. Got to do this up. We're under time. I think we've reached 2 minutes nearly for this one hole. And I'm very curious to see how fast we can drill one hole with an egg beater drill. And stay tuned so you can see too. We're at 1:59. So just reaching the 2 minute mark. Heart rate's 94. And what can we get for our record of drilling holes with a egg beater drill, which is just really starting to frustrate me. I'm going to try and change hands here. And I swear, if you had another person helping you, it would be easier, because this egg beater drill is definitely a 3-person thing. It's the only way I can think of to use it efficiently. Earlier, I tried to put my foot up here, and it just wasn't efficient to try and wrap my toes around that. But I mean, The only other thing I could think is like to put your mouth over that, but that just seems gross. Like, so we're not going to be doing that. I mean, if I cleaned it, maybe, but then I think you'd probably just like pop a tooth out. So we're going for the record, and I'm not really sure if we can get it. It's been 2 minutes 53 on hole number 11 out of hole 12, and we've drilled all these holes tonight with an egg beater drill, and it is hard work. 3 minutes so far on this hole, and I think that's probably, well, I reckon I'm 20% of the way through, maybe 50% of the way through at this stage, and it's just hates me. It really hates me, and the easiest trick I can find is when that point of the spade bit comes through. I need a break. I don't care. We're on time. Point of that spade bit comes through. I get the hammer and smash that last little bit through. That's the best thing I can see to do here. While we're in the Carpentry Olympics, we cut 4 pieces of timber by hand, and we then we have drilled 10 holes by hand as well. And this thing always comes loose, which I just find difficult. And I appreciate the support, guys. I see that number behind me changing. And if you want to see it change, you know what to do. And check out my other stuff. I do crazy challenges all the time. And today's challenge is trying to drill through this timber with an egg beater drill. And we're on to hole 10. And hole 10 has taken 4 minutes so far. And I'm getting very fatigued. And very fatigued, and this handle is just really starting to annoy me. I've found some tricks. This gets loose, and I'm going to swap hands for a sec. The only problem with swapping hands is that seems to get loose quicker, but I've got to keep the momentum up, keep it going. We're nearly at 5 minutes for one hole, and this egg beater drill just hates me. It absolutely, it's just not a vibe. Not a vibe. What's everyone up to on your Sunday? Is it Sunday everywhere in the world? I'm not sure. Here it is, and it's Sunday night, and it's 5 minutes for one hole, and we are trying to break the record of fastest time to drill a hole through this timber. And quite frankly, these gloves have helped a bit, but I'm gonna need to like stretch my hands out after this because they're super sore, and I'm just dying for that spade bit to get to a point where I can smash it through with the hammer, which is what I've had to do in the last 3 holes. It's hole 10 here, out of 12 here tonight in the stadium of Carpentry Olympics. And he's drilling. He's trying to drill, and he hates this thing. And I actually am very keen to do a Google search to see if this was the way that they actually drilled holes back in the day, because this thing is just ridiculous. And I don't want to use that hate word, but we're really not friends at this point. I mean, the best technique we found is the knee bob. The knee bob, and this handle is coming loose again, so we've got to tighten that handle. And every time I do this, it feels like it's about to snap, but I'm just going to go a bit tighter. After this, we've got one more hole to drill, and then we can go into phase 2, which will be nailing it all together. And I mean, oh no, it's not working. Now we got the issue. Maybe I need to put this on. Would it be cheating? No, I think that's cheating. I was thinking of putting the vice grip on there, and then I could hold onto the vice grip. But I don't think they had vice grips back in the day, so that's too much modern technology. We're just going to go with the old school way. This handle's cooked now. I might have to try this old handle, and maybe if I put my face here, I mean, no. That's a good way to hurt your tooth. And I don't really know if there's a better way. I tried to get up here earlier and get a bit more weight going down onto it. I'll try anything at this point. The clamp's in the way. Let's move the clamp out the way and try that technique again. I don't really know how I can move the clamp out the way for hole number 10 out of 11. And let's put that there and just see if we can get up here and kind of get this hole. Hit my head on the roof. Hit my head on the steel beam. I'm okay. All right, let's go. Can we get it? For hole number 10. Jumping helps. Anything helps. You just got to keep the blood moving. And it's been 7 minutes 44. I thought a hole was taking me 5 minutes, but they're obviously taking longer. And 8 minutes a hole is not an efficient way. And I just cannot believe this is what we're doing here tonight. So, and the iPad's just not working. That's the least of my problems here, because what's really not working is this egg beater drill tonight, which this is what we're trying to work with. And hole number 11, it's been 8 minutes. 8 minutes for one hole, and I'm not even halfway through this hole. However, we are going to smash it through, given the opportunity with that hammer, and I'm just going to try and do it at this point, because like this is just getting ridiculous. Come on, not quite. That's probably not good for this thing. I mean, oh no, it's stuck. Oh no. I mean, I've thought about flipping it over maybe and trying to drill from the other side. Let's do that, because I'm in all sorts here, guys. So if I get my tape and we measure that hole and then we flip it over, so that's 177. Let's flip it over. 177 on this side. 177, because I don't know. I was hoping that would come through. And if I get my pencil and do the same offset on this side as this side, if I flip it over and start a new hole here, maybe that'll be good. And then maybe I do the same for that hole. And then we'll have, and then if we square that, I guess I could have squared it round, but we're delirious. This is what happens. 2:47. I'm not sure if you saw me bake that cake last night, but a similar kind of thing happened. It's kind of hard to do precise things. Well, your heart rate is so high. But like, I get it. And this is hole number 11 we're trying to drill through, which is this one here. And I flipped the timber over because I've given up. It's currently 9:53. I've given up trying from just one side. I haven't given up completely. And stick with me, because I'm sure you want to know how long it takes to drill a hole with an egg beater drill, especially after drilling 9 other holes. This is hole number 10 we're on to. And I've drilled through probably 60-70% on the other side. And I'm starting to get blisters on my hands here, even through those gloves, which is just brutal. I am conditioned to this kind of thing, but I'm not. I've never used one of these before. But yeah, I'm kind of annoyed because this handle isn't working at this point, and it's just flopping around. But maybe if I get the vice grips and put it on there, I'm not gonna use the vice grips to hold on to, because I think that's cheating. But if I use the vice grips just to hold that steady, and then at least it won't move, because that is half my problem. Oh, you can't do that, can you? Oh, I've got to put the vice grips on the other side so they're out the way of that thing. So at the moment, this is just rotating, and I'm just losing all my energy from that thing rotating. But if I can put the vice grips on there, and then we're still at 11 minutes for one hole using an egg beater drill with a spade bit, which it's just getting harder and harder the further we go on. And okay, that's better. The vice grips have helped. And I mean, you just got to repair things as you go here, I suppose. Come on, let's get this done. Carpentry Olympics, and let's try and smash it through with the hammer again. I appreciate the support, guys. Yes, we got it. We got it through. That's hole number 10. Hole number 10? Hole number 10. So, I mean, there's 2 more holes. Oh, I thought that was... No, I think there's only 1 more hole. Have you guys been keeping count? There's 1 more hole to go. 1 more hole to go. So that was 12 minutes nearly. 11 minutes, 55 seconds for one hole. And we've done 11 holes so far tonight, and we've got 1 more to go, and I'm dreading it. And our trusty drill is broken to the point where I've had to put the vice grips on it to hold that handle steady. And let's see. Let's stop this, and let's start that timer again. I'm just going to rest my hands for a quick sec, and then we'll start drilling the next hole, and I'll show you what we're building if you have just joined us. And this is what we're building. And if you want this, which I'll explain what it is, but if you want this, DM me on Instagram. My handle's the same. So this here is just 4 pieces of timber. And then in 2 pieces of timber, these 2 pieces, we're drilling 6 holes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However, the first 6 holes we drilled were too small, so I had to drill another 6. So we're drilling 12 holes total. And then we're going to thread a rope through it. And we're going to nail it all together by hand. We're doing things old school here, like the carpenters back in the day. And this is the Carpentry Olympics. And we want to see how we're going to go here, guys. Okay, it's definitely better with that vice grip on there. As long as I don't touch that vice grip, it's not cheating. And I find that knee bob and some jumping is the most efficient way to do it. I think just the bob kind of helps the most. And if you have any questions, let me know, because I am constantly having technical issues here. And yes, Ali, I did hit my head earlier, so I forgot to press start. But let's start and see how long this hole takes. The last hole took 11 minutes 55 seconds, but this hole is flying through, and it's amazing how much you notice the difference between the soft pieces of timber. Like this is a softwood, but this hole was a very hard hole to get through, and this hole already seems easier so far. However, that can all change in a heartbeat, and the blisters on my hands are certainly difficult. Hey Naomi, thanks for joining in. What are you guys up to? What else have you done on your Sunday? And I appreciate your support, guys. I see that number, and that's motivating me to keep going here. Last hole took 11 minutes, 55 seconds. Can we beat it on this one? And I'm sweating. And quite frankly, I don't know if I want this drill after the Carpentry Olympics is done. Whoo! Oh, my hand. Oh, I got blisters on my hand. Come on, let's go. I think we might get up here again, because as long as I don't hit my head on that thing, and I think just a change of position is sometimes a good idea, and maybe just, it might use some different muscles, but I'm doing anything at this point to try and get through this hole. As long as I can beat 11 minutes 55 seconds, I will be happy. Come on, let's go. Trying to get it together, friends. Trying to get it together, and it's been way too long trying to get this hole drilled. I don't actually know how long I've been live for, but it's too long, and I've got one more hole to do. I know I said I wouldn't hold on to this vice grip, but I'm doing it this time because I just want to see if that's going to make a difference to my time of 11 minutes 55 seconds to drill a hole with an egg beater drill. And I'll tell you what, it's just nice to have a change in grip, because I've got blisters all over my hands, and we've got to keep the speed going. But the problem is that this thing is falling apart as we speak, and I've had to constantly keep repairing it while we go. Oh, except this is the problem. When I fix it, then it's all jammed up. So it's almost like I've got to loosen it a bit. I sprayed it with WD-40 earlier. That made things worse, and that's what started the gears to slip. And holding onto that vice grip is definitely nicer. The reason I had to put that vice grip on there, if you haven't been with us the whole time, is because oh man, let's try and change hands. The reason I put that vice grip on there is because the handle's broken. This thing is only just surviving as we're trying to drill through 12 holes to make this box with rope threaded through it. And this is hole number 12. And the last hole took us 11 minutes, 55 seconds. And we want to see how long this is going to take. And thanks for sticking around the whole time here to the loyal fans. I know who you are, and I appreciate you. And let's just see how we go here. Hole number 12 is not going too well. I think that's mostly because I'm fatigued. And the thing I found most, the technique that works the most, is bobbing like this and keeping that drill speed up high. However, I don't know if the spade bit's blunt at this point, or I'm not really sure, but this is what we're using here. This is the egg beater drill we're using, and it's not going too well. But I'm gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep going here. The thing is, you see, guys, I find this really tough because, like, if I was using a normal drill here, it would have gone through already. And at this point, we're not through. And the last hole took us 11 minutes. And this hole, I think, is probably going to take us longer because we're not really going to get much faster. And yeah, we're not going to get much faster than that last time. So, however, we're going to get it done. And unfortunately, my phone battery is about to die. So I'm just going to plug my phone in, and the only extension lead I have down here is this one, and it's quite a big extension lead, I suppose, but just to run 2 meters with, but we'll use it, and we'll plug the phone in, and then we'll keep going. I kind of need the break a little bit because my hands are getting sore from trying to drill through with that egg beater drill, and I appreciate your support and hanging around to watch me make this thing, and maybe soon we'll get it done. And if you ever use this essentially like this to charge your phone, I'm guessing it'll charge really slow. But let's put that lead out of the workspace so it's somewhat safe. Definitely don't try this at home, guys. I don't recommend it. I wouldn't wish this upon anyone. Any of these things I'm trying here. Some of it probably is a little bit dangerous at this point. And hi, mate. Hi, mate. Thanks for joining us for the Carpentry Olympics. We have drilled 12 holes tonight, and this is hole number 12, and we're ramping it up a notch. We're trying to beat 11 minutes, 55 seconds for a hole. Let's go. Can we get it done? Trying to beat the record of 11 minutes, 55 seconds. I'm super fatigued at this point. But we're getting it done, guys. We're getting it done. And we're going to build this box. You've probably seen the design of what I'm trying to build at this point. But here we go. Can we get it done? Oh, my hands are fatiguing. The drill's broken. That's why I've got the vice grip on it. But this is the best technique I've found. You got to keep the speed up. You got to bob with your knees. And my heart rate's currently 105 just from using this drill. And I have blisters on my hands, and I've lost the glove somewhere. But that's okay. And if you can't see it, guys, it's my live sub count. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you being here tonight. Hit that button if you want to see more stuff like this. And until then, we're trying to beat 11 minutes, 55 seconds for one hole. We're at 7 minutes, and I got a good feeling about this. Last time I flipped the timber over. And I reckon we try it again at this point, because that's probably 20% of the way through. Let's flip it over and try again and see how we're going to go. This is definitely by far the hardest part of our night, trying to drill through with this egg beater drill. And here we go. Can we get there? Yes, a little bounce is good. A little bounce is good. Sometimes I find getting up here is good, just to use it. Oh, geez, that nearly fell. Oh. Somewhat dangerous. I don't want to fall off and then that stab me. Okay, so trying to get up here, and I hit my head earlier on that thing, so we're learning each time. Hopefully this time I won't fall off. And let's go. Different positions is good. Keeps the muscles different. We're at 8 minutes 10. Can we beat 11 minutes 55? Oh, need a drink. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, I cannot believe how difficult this is compared to a normal drill. And I'm not quite at that point to hit with a hammer, but we're definitely looking good, on track to beat 11 minutes 55. I think we're nearly through at this point. Can we do it in under 9 minutes? We're at 8 minutes 42. Let's go. Let's hit it down and see if we can get through. Not quite. We're not there. We're not there. We've got to drill a bit more. I can see daylight through the timber. Nah, it takes anything at this point. Oh, I really hope this thing's not worth any money. But we're through. It's a terrible hole. I've got to try and clean it out a bit more so I can actually thread that rope through. And I'll show you what we're trying to build here because we're up to the next step. And quite frankly, I need a little break. I'm not going anywhere. Can you do it? I have done it. That was hole number 12, cuz trip. And need auger bits for hand drill, bud. Is that right? I appreciate that because I had no idea. And I tried using a spade bit, but yeah, I didn't think about an auger bit. I tried a spade bit. I tried a twist drill bit. I did actually, when you say that, I did try this, which is kind of an auger style spade bit. And that was too hard, to be honest. Like, yeah, I just couldn't seem to get the torque boosted focus, the torque to like get it in. So I just found spade bit was kind of most effective to get that done. But we've got through 12 holes drilled and we got that hole done in under 10 minutes. So we beat the record of 11:55 for that previous hole. And definitely the twist drill was easiest. But I found that, yeah, this thing is just completely cooked at this point. And I'll show you the next step of today. But so far, we have cut 4 pieces of timber by hand. We have drilled 12 holes with this thing. And now I'm going to show you what we're building if you've just joined us. So in my terrible sketch here, we're just building 4 bits of timber. And then we were meant to only drill 6 holes. However, the first 6 holes I drilled were too small. So we had to drill another 6, which is painful with a hand drill. And now we're going to nail them all together by hand, which I'm hoping is like one of the easier parts of tonight. I'm sure it will be. And we're building a square here. And once we I've got some nails here. We're going to nail all this together by hand, which this part I'm looking forward to. After that drill bit, I'll do anything after drilling holes with that. And let's see how we're going here, guys. I appreciate your support and appreciate you being here. And let's I've lost the glove somewhere along the way, but we don't need the glove. One glove's enough. A hammer. I need a hammer, I suppose. And the way I designed this was these timbers were going to go here, and we're going to hammer them together by hand now, and I'm hoping that's somewhat successful. However, before I join them, I'm going to put some nails in each side like this, and like this. Let's go like this. And the smaller bits of timber are going to go in the middle. So this is kind of, oh wow, even this is hard, eh? Nail done, bang, bang. However, I don't know if I should clamp this or just go freehand and hope for the best. I got a little nick here from when we cut this by hand earlier. If you've just joined us, turn your volume down because this might get a bit loud. I might just chuck my earmuffs on because ears are quite sensitive. Let's see. There we go. We can get this successfully together by hand in the Carpentry Olympics, which I don't know if I would have won at this point. Let's get those nails through a bit more. And then, oh no, there's timber falling everywhere. It's just a disaster. And I'm certainly trying at this point, but I'm so fatigued after drilling all those holes. And the nails are bending on me a bit. Here we go. First nail is underway. Here we go, 1 nail in. Oh no, it's come out the side. It's come out the side for us. And come on. Oh, this one's going to do the same thing. Oh, we've had 1 nail come out the side, but we've cut that over. Like I said, it's a fine piece of furniture we're building here tonight. Oh no! Oh, what's happened here? Oh no, it's okay. I thought I put the off cut. That's the off cut. Let's get out of frame before I get confused. And we've got another few nails to put in here by hand in the Carpentry Olympics tonight. And thanks for joining me, friends. And we just got to do this and then thread that rope through. And then I think what's hardest about this, it's not that hard to, it's kind of not that hard to hit nails in by hand. Oh, you lost sound. Can you hear me now, guys? Let me just check that. My microphone's not muted. Can you guys hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if it's because I put an earmuff over my my earpiece, but let me know if you can still hear. And I've lost my timber, but we've got these two nails ready, and let's try and get this done in the Carpentry Olympics today. And I've hit that nail too far through, so we'll just hit it back a bit, and hopefully we don't skew a nail out the side like last time. And this is going to get easier the more of this box we have to build. So these two are going to go here, and then we'll nail this down. Yes. No, your muffs make us hear the same. Oh, boosted focus. Hey, boosted focus, what did you think about how I was saying with that auger bit, how I was finding like this was super hard because like I couldn't get enough torque to go through with that hand drill. I know like a conventional auger bit's different, but do you think that would make a difference? Okay, here we go. And let's go. We're on the clock. Enough talk about drills and drill bits. And let's get this last one on here for the Carpentry Olympics. We need to put 4 more nails in. And we're going to start these nails down here, which should make it a bit easier. Let's put that one back there. And let's see. 1, 2. We've just started those nails. We've got to put them in a bit further. And I've got to make sure I put this one on the same way to match the other one. If you guys want this finished product, send me a message and I will send it to you. But you have to DM me on Instagram or something because I can't keep track of all these chats and the chats disappear at the end. Here we go. Oh no, I think those nails are bending. Trying to build this box by hand in the Carpentry Olympics here tonight, and we've drilled 12 holes by hand. We've cut all this timber by hand, and we're just trying to finish this and get this box together by hand. Here we go. Not my best, not my worst. If you wanted to do a neat job of this, you would probably pre-drill these nails by hand or take a bit more time. But, I mean, Carpentry Olympics, I probably got disqualified for that nail that came out the side. Oh, come on. Oh, no, that nail's not going to go in. That's a problem. And we're massively out of square here. Tap that around a bit. Try and pull this over. And I've got to get these nails started in the Carpentry Olympics. Oh no, this is not going well. That nail's a bit bent as well. And I cannot believe how being so fatigued is making these nails harder to hit in. But here we go. That one's nearly in. And can we salvage this nail perhaps? I'm not sure at this point, but we're nearly coming to the tail end of making this. Oh no, that nail's no good. We're probably gonna have to pull that nail out. Which let's grab a tool to pull that out. I think there's a tool here on the bench, and let's try and get that nail out, and then we're gonna have to put another nail in. Except maybe this timber's like really quite hard at this point. Oh, come on. Here we go. And we're trying to get there, but we've got a nail stuck at this point, and it's being stubborn to try and get it out. We're gonna have to try and use some other techniques to get that out. I think I need that block of timber, and maybe got to clamp this down so we can get this nail out, which is really throw a spanner into the works. If I clamp this here and then we try and get that out, I don't know. If I clamp that, that'll hold our structure in place. And then I use this old technique because I don't really have a claw hammer. Yes! There we go. Nails out. Now I need to find a spare nail, spare nail, spare nail. Let's grab a nail. Let's flip that nail off. And let's get a nail in here. And hopefully this time we don't bend it. And definitely harder to hit those nails in when you're fatigued. But all the nails are in now. And now all we have to do is thread that timber through. And we will nearly have made what we're trying to make here on our design, which is oh no, I've unplugged the phone. Sorry guys, one sec. All right, take those earmuffs off so I can hear a bit better. And then we got this rope to thread through to make the final part of our design. And I'm hoping this rope fits through this time. Oh no, some of these holes need some clearing out. Where's that? Need that spade bit. And Carpentry Olympics has certainly challenged me tonight. It's been a tough one. We're coming to the tail end of it, and I am pretty exhausted here, but and we still, I kind of thought these holes were a bit cleared out, but I was a bit kind of happy to jump onto the next stage here at the Carpentry Olympics, and I guess it's just whoever builds their box first. Here we go. Can we do it? Can we get the rope through these holes? We drilled 12 holes tonight with this egg beater drill, and it was just brutal, absolutely brutal. Yeah, it's boosted focus. I could do with a coach for the next Olympics. I mean, if you guys got any ideas of like the next challenge, whether it's something like this or whatever. I mean, I built this entire thing, this fine piece of quality. That's not going to fit through. I need to cut that. And yeah, I built this whole thing entirely with my bare hands, literally drilling these. It was only meant to be 6 holes, but we ended up drilling 12 holes through, and we'll tie a little knot here just so then we can pull the rest of it through. All right, here we go. 1, and then we're going to go back through. I'm just going to measure the rope. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like that. Yeah, so that'll be enough rope if I cut that rope there. And then I appreciate you guys for watching. Follow along if you want to see more challenges. And I'll tell you what, this is by far the hardest live I've done physically so far. And I've done some hard ones, like various challenges, but drilling with that hand drill was super difficult. And we've nearly got it. We're just having a slight issue getting this rope through here to build our box. And I might have to cut that again. It's not a very good cut. I tried to burn it before. When I burned that nub, it kind of made it. Oh, come on. I think this hole's no good. We've got to clear that hole out a bit with our hand drill, which is how we drilled the holes in this today for the Carpentry Olympics. And clear that out a bit more. What am I building? I'm building a fine piece of craftsmanship here. It's a clothesline. No one actually asked me the whole time what I was building, and if you must know, it's a clothesline from mice. So if your mice need a clothesline, let me know. Send me a message on Instagram, and I'll send this out to you. Here we go. Clothesline for mice is nearly done. We're just going to need a knot tied in the end, and then I'll come over and show you that final product on the Carpentry Olympics. And this has completely cooked me tonight, and I thank you all for joining me here for this session. And we built this whole thing by hand tonight here, and we drilled 12 holes, which was meant to be 6 by hand. And we cut all this timber and we nailed it all together by hand. And this is the finished product, the clothesline for your mice. If your mice need a clothesline, let me know. Or if you got another use for it, let me know. Maybe it'd be good for birds to chill on. I'm not really sure. But yeah, thanks guys. Appreciate you joining me. Follow along, hit that button, and I'll see you next time.